Welcome to the last video of the series Chinese Made Simple. Today we'll be combining lessons from our two previous videos, or three videos in fact. We'll be forming sentences, and in order to form sentences we'll be needing pinyin, nouns, and verbs. To review the previous lessons in order for us to begin forming sentences, 你们 is from the second video featuring pronouns and nouns. 你们 means you in the plural form. 你 by itself means the singular you, while adding 们 makes you into the plural form. And for nationalities, we do not add the word 们 as in 你们. We add the word 人 after a nation, in this case China or 中国. By adding 人 to the nation of China, 中国, we mean Chinese, or people of or from China. And that is the nouns. To recapitulate the verbs, 走着 word 走. The third tone means walk, and 着 when added behind the verb means present continuous form, and present continuous form of walk is or be walking, or when used with other pronouns is, am, or are walking. And that is the present continuous form of verbs. When you add 过 rather than 着, as in 走着, when you add 过 behind a verb, in this case 说 of the first tone, and 过 being the fourth tone, when you add 过 to a verb, you make the verb into the past tense or the present perfect tense. And this means that the verb described has already happened in the past and is no longer continuing into the future. And after we review the nouns and the verbs, we'll be moving on to form sentences. To begin with, we have 你 走 Sie 走 or you walk. This means you Sie and walk 走. In Chinese, it is important to note that the period is denoted as another character rather than a period. A small dot representing the period in English. In Chinese, it is denoted the same as a character and serves with the same importance and should comprise of the exact same amount of space as a character. And in the Chinese case, it will be represented by an open dot rather than a closed dot, as we commonly see in English. These are the simple, most basic sentences comprising of a verb and a noun. In this case, the noun will be 他, he, as denoted by the left character, this character. This means the common form of ta, or he, as this represents the common people, or another form of the word 人, and this is used to represent males, or collectively males and females when added to 们. Now, back to this. 说 is the verb in this case, and it means says. Different from English, 他说, which means he says, does not require the additional s behind say. Rather, it is implied that, or it is simply not necessary to add the s when a verb is behind a pronoun of he, she, or it. It is simply written as 他说 or he say, though it will be incorrect in English. Notice again that the period is an open dot with the size, or should be the size of another Chinese character, unlike in English where the dot is written at the lower right corner of letters and is insignificant compared to the other letters in the words. Moving on, we have a present continuous form sentence. 他们跳着。他们. Notice again from 他. With this left character, it is used to denote a male, a collective male, or a collective male with females. 他们 will be simply they, while 跳着 will be are jumping due to the they. Notice that there is no is or 是 in the sentence, as in present continuous form. The gerund implies that be jumping, or is jumping, or are jumping in this case. 跳着, as you will recognize from our previous videos, means be jumping, which is the present continuous form. Again, we see the period as open dot and is much larger and is written in the middle of a Chinese character. If, as seen in this case, in the middle of 仄, rather than under the character, as in English. Again, 他们跳着 means they are jumping. And that is a present continuous form sentence. And here we have another example of present continuous form with 孩子看着, which means 孩子, the children, are watching, or 看着. 孩子 in this case is specific, and therefore the article 了 in English does not have to be written in Chinese, because in Chinese, when the subject is specific, there is no need for an article. In English, however, you will require the article when describing children, when not understanding which children it is. 孩子. Notice that the first word of the sentence, 孩, has a capital H, And that is the difference between a phrase and a sentence. A sentence requires the capital of the pinyin only, but not the character, because there is simply not a character that of a capital or a lowercase form in Chinese. Again, 孩子看着 means the children are watching. And here we have 他是中国人. To break the sentence down, we have 他是, which is a pronoun we have learned earlier. Unlike the he pronoun, it has a female or girl character at its left side. And this is the most common used verb, 是, which means be in English, or is, am, and are. 她是 becomes she is. And 中国人 is defined as Chinese. When formed together is she is Chinese. A present form sentence. And lastly, the inevitable example, 你是加拿大人, which means 你 you and 是 are because of the you. Though this difference is insignificant in Chinese, as 你是 will denote you are without changing any of the characters, as in 我是 will be I am, but the 是 will remain the same. And the second part of the sentence, 加拿大人 will be Canadian simply, where 加拿大, as in previous lessons, means the noun Canada, and 人 the people, and together the people of Canada, or Canadian. So again, 你是加拿大人 will be you are Canadian. In summary, in English, as in English, forming a sentence requires a noun and a verb. The article is omitted in Chinese when the subject is specific. And lastly, no capital is needed at the beginning of a sentence, except in the case of pinyin, where the first letter of pinyin for the first word will need to be capitalized. But for the Chinese characters themselves, there are no capitalization needed. A period in Chinese, as in this case, after 人, is represented as an open dot and should be comprised with the same size, or should be given the same space to be written in as a normal character, unlike in English. Thank you for watching our series, and for more information you can check Chinese Made Easy, Volume 1 to 6 for additional resources. Thank you. I hope you enjoy watching.